The alien mercenaries were reveling in their recent conquest on a resource-rich jungle planet, huddled around fires, sharing tales of their brutal victories and boasting about the human worlds they had crushed effortlessly. Their laughter echoed through the thick jungle, unshaken by the rumors of an impending human threat. Most of them dismissed it, convinced that humans were weak and easily broken. However, not all shared this confidence unseen and watching with steely calm. A pair of human eyes observed the gathering. Earth's own elite, a green beret, was there, blending into the foliage, moving silently and invisible, with a mission that demanded both precision and secrecy. This lone soldier, labeled primitive by his foes, was dismissed as just one human with simple technology. But they were wrong. This man was no ordinary soldier. He was trained to adapt, skilled in turning any terrain into an advantage. He viewed the alien encampment as a puzzle, noting every movement, every lapse in vigilance. Tonight, he would begin his silent work, creeping along the camp's edge and using the jungle's dense cover. His breath was steady and his movements barely perceptible. His goal: weaken them, instill fear, and show these alien warriors the depth of human resilience. Moving like a shadow, the Green Beret struck with surgical precision. As he edged along the camp's perimeter, he silently took down guard after guard, leaving no trace but fear. By dawn, 5 guards were missing, leaving the camp confused and speculating. Rumors spread among the alien ranks, causing suspicion and dread. The commanders dismissed it as minor, while the younger recruits grew increasingly uneasy, casting wary glances at the surrounding jungle. The Green Beret had planted the seeds of fear, knowing that their imagination would amplify his threat. Over time, the Green Beret tracked every routine, every vulnerable position. When the camp stirred with nervous tension, he began his next move, dismantling equipment and sowing chaos from the shadows. As confusion and panic took hold, the aliens scrambled to locate him, failing time and time again. He was a ghost, everywhere and nowhere, his actions stripping away their confidence and resolve. Through the night, he continued his silent attacks, sabotaging supplies, depleting rations, and eroding their morale. Guards, once vigilant, now flinched at every sound, every snap of a branch. Their commanders dismissed the rumors, but doubt gnawed at the troops. Each missing guard and each act of sabotage heightened their anxiety, breaking down the unity and order of their camp. The Green Beret, patient and unyielding, knew that the battle was not only physical, it was psychological warfare, and he was winning. As dawn broke, the camp was in shambles, the once mighty alien forces reduced to frightened, disorganized shadows of their former selves. The alien commanders were desperate, sending more patrols into the jungle, but the Green Beret evaded them with ease, turning the jungle itself into his weapon. They were relentless in their pursuit, but they could not match his skill or adaptability. Every attempt to outmaneuver him only deepened their own exhaustion. In the end, the alien forces were broken not by superior firepower, but by the relentless, methodical persistence of a single human. As they retreated, shaken and scarred, the Green Beret had demonstrated the indomitable resilience and skill of Earth's defenders. What had begun as a mission to sow fear had ended in total victory, a warning to any who would underestimate Earth's warriors. The jungle returned to silence, and the Green Beret melted back into its shadows, victorious and unscathed. His mission was complete, but his legacy would haunt his enemies, a reminder of the unbreakable strength and spirit of Earth's defenders. As the alien forces retreated, shadows of their former selves, whispers of the Green Beret's relentless campaign began to spread among the survivors. They were no longer the proud warriors who had arrived, armed with confidence and advanced technology, but rather a humbled remnant haunted by the terror of a lone, silent predator who used the jungle itself as his weapon. Each survivor carried with them a story, a chilling tale of a single human soldier who dismantled their ranks without ever showing his face. Back on their homeworlds, these stories spread. The aliens spoke in hushed tones of the Green Beret, recounting his methodical precision, his ability to vanish into the darkness, and his merciless tactics. Tales of Earth's elite warriors, their rumored resilience and almost mythical endurance once scoffed at, now took on a menacing truth. Their leaders listened, shaken by the implications humanity, they realized, was not a species to be conquered lightly. They understood now that Earth's defenders had something no technology could replicate: a fierce resolve and a mastery over even the harshest terrains. But for the Green Beret, the mission was just another day's work, a part of the training and discipline he had honed through countless encounters. Moving silently through the jungle, he took a moment to observe the landscape he'd used so effectively. The trees, vines, and shadows had been his allies, helping him deliver a powerful message. This wasn't about domination or brute strength, it was about survival and the skill to adapt. His objective was clear: to show that Earth would not yield, that even one human soldier could stand against overwhelming odds and turn the tide. As he prepared to leave the jungle behind, he knew that his presence had changed something fundamental. Alien forces across the galaxy would now think twice before setting foot on Earth or its colonies. They would remember the jungle, the silent figure among the trees, and the undeniable resilience of humanity. And in the unspoken silence of his victory, the Green Beret faded once more into the shadows, carrying with him the legacy of a battle won not just with tactics, but with sheer will. Earth's defenders, he knew, were just getting started. Leaving the jungle behind, the Green Beret moved with quiet purpose, knowing his mission had left a mark not just on his enemies but on all who might consider Earth vulnerable. As the alien forces licked their wounds and returned home, their stories would carry a warning, a vivid reminder of the relentless human warrior who had used fear as a weapon and the jungle as his ally. In the alien command centers across the galaxy, there was a newfound respect, mingled with fear, for Earth's defenders. The tales of one soldier dismantling an entire force with mere instinct and ingenuity painted a stark picture of human resilience. No longer would Earth's warriors be dismissed as primitive or technologically inferior. Alien strategists began devising new tactics, studying human endurance and adaptability, fearing they would one day encounter not just one Green Beret, but an entire force trained with the same unyielding spirit. But for the Green Beret, his task was unfinished. He knew that his presence on this jungle planet had made Earth safer for the time being, yet he also understood that word of Earth's defenders might attract even greater threats. Still, this was his role: to stand in the shadows, ready to defend against any force, prepared to fight where others would retreat. With each step deeper into the jungle's quiet embrace, he felt a sense of peace mingled with purpose. Earth had not yet seen its last conflict, nor had it encountered its final threat. But as long as warriors like him existed, no enemy could be certain of victory. The Green Beret was not just a soldier, he was a symbol of Earth's resilience, a reminder that some battles are won not by weapons or numbers, but by sheer will and an unbreakable resolve to protect all that matters. In a final act of preparation, he checked his equipment, listening to the jungle one last time as he melted into its shadows. The aliens might return, and greater foes would no doubt emerge, but he would be ready. The jungle held his secrets, his strength, and now his legacy, a warning etched into the very ground, whispered through the leaves, and imprinted forever in the minds of his enemies. For as long as there were those who sought to threaten Earth, there would be defenders like him, warriors who turned every disadvantage into an edge, transforming every challenge into a triumph. As the Green Beret continued his journey deeper into the jungle, his steps were as deliberate and soundless as ever, each movement a testament to the years of training that had honed him into a warrior feared by foes from worlds beyond. He knew that his message had been delivered, yet he felt the weight of responsibility as keenly as ever. For Earth's defenders, the mission was never fully complete. Each victory was simply a foothold against the relentless threats that would come again. Far away, in alien councils and military war rooms, the stories of this lone soldier circulated, growing into legends. The alien commanders, once certain of their superiority, now viewed Earth as a potential quagmire, a place where human resilience and tenacity could dismantle even the most advanced of their strategies. Rumors spread among the ranks of alien soldiers about Earth's warriors who could strike from the shadows and turn the most inhospitable terrain into their battleground. This Green Beret was no longer just a soldier to them, he was a symbol of Earth's unpredictability and resolve, a formidable reminder of the danger that lay hidden in every human defender. In response, alien strategists pored over new plans, plotting ways to adapt their technology and tactics to counter Earth's unconventional warfare. They prepared for a hypothetical scenario where they might face an army of Green Beret, an entire force trained to adapt, improvise, and remain unfazed by any environment. Earth had gone from a target to a respected rival, its defenders no longer underestimated, but instead studied and prepared for. Meanwhile, the Green Beret pressed on through the dense foliage, the jungle alive with the soft rustle of leaves and the distant calls of creatures unseen. He felt the weight of each lesson he had taught his foes, that Earth's defenders thrived in adversity, that their strength was born of survival and a fierce determination that no technology could replicate. The Green Beret's legacy had now become a silent but powerful deterrent, echoing through alien ranks as a warning that Earth would not fall without a fight. As night fell once again over the jungle, the Green Beret allowed himself a moment to survey his surroundings. He had done what he set out to do, but he knew that his duty would always call him back to the front lines. He was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, unyielding in his resolve. For as long as the galaxy harbored threats to Earth, its defenders would be prepared, hidden in the shadows, unshaken, and always watching. With the night settling around him, the Green Beret took a deep breath, letting the sounds of the jungle envelop him. His work here had carved a path of fear and respect into the hearts of the alien forces, but he knew this encounter was but one chapter in a larger story. Earth's warriors had been underestimated, their strength dismissed as mere stories. Now these stories would spread, evolving into cautionary legends among alien ranks, warning of humanity's relentless spirit. Across distant worlds, alien generals and leaders began to reconsider their perceptions of Earth. The Green Beret's silent campaign in the jungle was more than a tactical win. It was a signal, a promise that Earth's defenders were unbreakable, and that they could not be intimidated or easily overrun. Rumors began to morph into strategies, as the aliens scrambled to design new methods and technologies that could contend with human resilience. But they could only prepare so much. As they dissected human warfare, they soon realized that no tool or technology could replicate the sheer will, adaptability, and resourcefulness embodied by the Green Beret. Back on Earth, the soldier's return was as quiet as his departure. He was welcomed not with fanfare, but with the respect that only his comrades understood, a shared understanding of the weight of his mission and the battles he had won on their behalf. The people of Earth went about their lives unaware of the threats that had hovered on the edge of the galaxy, unaware of the lone figure who had kept those dangers at bay. But for the Green Beret and others like him, there was no final victory, only the readiness to face whatever threats emerged next. The scars of battle were there, hidden in silent resilience, each one a testament to his purpose. As he looked to the stars, he knew they held countless other dangers, forces that would test his strength and resolve. Yet, he stood ready, embodying the legacy of Earth's defenders, a legacy of courage that had protected his world from ancient times and would continue into the future. In the depths of space, as alien forces regrouped and tales of the Green Beret circulated through their ranks, the resolve of Earth's warriors remained steadfast. No matter how advanced the threat or how overwhelming the odds, they would be there, standing watch, turning the most harrowing battles into mere tests of their endurance. Earth, he knew, was more than a world. It was a symbol of unity, tenacity, and a willingness to defend all they held dear. And so, the Green Beret faded once more into the background, blending into the peace of his homeland, a shadow ready to rise again at the first sign of danger. He had left a lasting message Earth's defenders would never yield. And as the stars watched over a world unaware of the warrior in their midst, they too would remember Earth's legacy was unbreakable, a force as boundless as the galaxy itself, and just as indomitable. As days turned into months, the impact of the Green Beret's actions rippled outward, a silent yet powerful message to those who dared to threaten Earth. Across the galaxy, stories of his solitary campaign against the alien force became a cautionary tale. Alien leaders, once dismissive of Earth, now understood that beneath humanity's seemingly fragile exterior lay a formidable spirit, one that could not be intimidated or broken. The Green Beret was no longer a mere soldier in their eyes. He was a symbol of Earth's resolve, an enduring reminder that even a single defender from Earth could shift the tide of battle. On Earth, the Green Beret blended back into daily life, his extraordinary achievements known only to a select few. His comrades shared an unspoken bond, aware of the sacrifices and trials each of them had endured to keep their world safe. For Earth's elite defenders, each day brought new challenges and ongoing preparation. They understood that peace was fragile, and the defense of their world required constant vigilance. Quietly, they trained, ready for the moment when the call would come once more. Out among the stars, the alien forces continued their preparations, humbled yet resolute. They studied Earth's defenders, implementing new tactics and building technology to counter humanity's resilience. But as they reviewed their strategies, a sense of unease lingered. They had seen firsthand that Earth's defenders fought not only with weapons but with something more, an indomitable will to protect their people, a willingness to adapt to any environment, and the uncanny ability to turn adversity into strength. They could prepare all they wanted, but deep down, they knew that no amount of planning could fully counter that spirit. As the Green Beret continued his quiet watch, he understood that Earth's defenders were more than warriors, they were the guardians of a legacy. Every generation passed down lessons of resilience, courage, and unity. And though most of humanity lived unaware of the threats that lurked beyond, Earth's defenders needed no recognition. They found purpose in their silent watch, knowing that their vigilance kept the world safe. One evening, as the Green Beret looked up at the stars, he felt a quiet resolve. Each glimmer in the night sky represented worlds unknown, some peaceful, others hostile, but all a reminder of humanity's place in the galaxy. Earth's defenders were ready to meet any force, armed not just with weapons, but with a fierce loyalty to each other and to their home. So, the Green Beret remained ever watchful, a guardian whose work was never truly done. And though alien forces might one day return, they would face an Earth prepared, defended by those who had learned to turn every struggle into strength. The Green Beret knew that as long as Earth had defenders like him, there would always be hope, a steadfast force ready to rise against any challenge. Earth, he knew, was more than just a planet, it was a beacon of resilience, and he would continue to protect it, as quiet and unyielding as the stars above. In the quiet solitude of his watch, the Green Beret maintained his readiness, sensing the delicate balance between peace and the threats lingering in the shadows of the universe. For him and his fellow defenders, the respite from conflict was both a blessing and a preparation for the inevitable. As new generations of Earth's defenders rose, they were trained in the same relentless adaptability, learning from veterans like the Green Beret how to fight in silence, how to become one with any terrain, and how to strike fear into even the most advanced foes. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, whispers of Earth's unyielding resilience continued to circulate among alien civilizations. Some alien worlds chose to keep their distance, now viewing Earth as a world of unpredictable and formidable protectors. Others, intrigued by humanity's fortitude, began sending envoys, seeking alliances instead of dominance. They saw that Earth's strength lay not only in its technology or numbers, but in its defenders' tenacity and ability to withstand seemingly insurmountable odds. What had once been a species overlooked as weak was now respected, and, in many corners of the galaxy, revered. In Earth's secret training grounds, elite forces honed their skills, each soldier shaped by the legacy of those who had defended humanity before them. The Green Beret took on a new role as a mentor, passing down the knowledge of how to turn any environment into an advantage, how to use silence and patience as tools of war, and most importantly, how to stand as guardians of a world that cherished peace but was prepared for war. Alien scouts and spies, curious to assess Earth's defenses, occasionally ventured close to human territories, but even from a distance they sensed the silent watch. Earth's defenders, unseen and unheard, were ever present. A mere brush with Earth's border instilled a sense of foreboding, a reminder of the one soldier who had single-handedly shown them the power of human resolve. Years passed, and the stories of the Green Beret became legends not only among aliens but within Earth's own circles of defense. He was a symbol of the will that united humanity, a force driven by loyalty, perseverance, and a quiet, relentless courage. His legacy inspired countless others who were ready to defend Earth in the same silent, unyielding manner. One night, as he looked once more to the stars, the Green Beret felt a sense of quiet pride. The galaxy was vast, filled with powers and forces that could one day threaten his home. But he knew that Earth's defenders, from seasoned veterans to new recruits, were ready. They would continue to be the silent guardians, unrecognized by most yet always vigilant, embodying the spirit that had carried humanity through the darkest times. For the Green Beret, the journey was far from over. He understood that his mission would be passed on, from defender to defender, as Earth's silent guardians prepared for any future threat. They would remain a formidable force, anchored by the same indomitable will that had safeguarded Earth since the beginning. And as long as he and his kind stood watch, Earth would endure, a testament to the resilience of a world and a legacy no enemy could ever break. With each passing year, the Green Beret's legacy deepened within Earth's hidden ranks of defenders. Those who trained under him learned not only the art of war but the silent strength of patience, resilience, and unity. They knew that Earth's most formidable strength lay in its people, bound by a fierce loyalty and the determination to stand against any force, no matter how overwhelming. His legend, woven through generations of Earth's elite forces, became a powerful symbol, a reminder that even one determined soul could shift the balance of power. Beyond Earth, among alien worlds, this reputation transformed the way others viewed humanity. Where once they saw Earth as merely another planet, They now saw it as a formidable sphere of resolve and skill. Many potential aggressors thought twice before planning incursions, haunted by tales of Earth's shadow warriors who thrived where technology and sheer numbers failed. Alien strategists warned their leaders of the challenges that awaited any who underestimated humanity, recounting the myth of the Green Beret, whose shadowy tactics had outmatched the most advanced weaponry. New alliances began to form. Civilizations that respected Earth's unbreakable spirit sought peace and cooperation, recognizing that humanity's strength could be a powerful ally rather than a feared foe. Earth became a quiet yet respected presence in the galaxy, its diplomats welcomed, its scientists respected, and its defenders quietly acknowledged as some of the galaxy's most capable warriors. The Green Beret, now a mentor and a guide, watched as his teachings took root, his strategies adapted and refined by those he had trained. His own legacy, he knew, was secure, but he continued to push each new recruit to greater heights, reminding them that Earth's safety depended on more than tactics. It depended on the courage to protect without hesitation, the strength to remain steadfast, and the humility to let their work remain in the shadows. One evening, as he stood once more under a vast starlit sky, he sensed a quiet contentment. He knew that he would one day pass on his role to those he had trained, confident that Earth's guardians were ready. The stars above were endless, the galaxy vast and unpredictable, yet he knew that Earth would never be alone or undefended. The legacy of Earth's defenders would live on, each generation carrying forth the spirit of those who came before, ready to protect their world in silence. With a final look to the stars, the Green Beret returned to the shadows, his mission eternal. And though he was unseen, his presence was felt across worlds. For as long as Earth stood, there would be those ready to defend it with a silent strength no enemy could break. And wherever his enemies gathered, they would remember the quiet fear that came with the knowledge of Earth's resolve, a resolve that would last as long as the stars themselves. As the Green Beret faded once again into the shadows, the quiet legacy he had forged continued to ripple outward. His story became more than just a tale of one warrior's skill. It was now a testament to Earth's resolve, a symbol of unity and quiet strength in a galaxy often dominated by spectacle and brute force. New generations of Earth's defenders studied his methods, not only learning his tactical precision but absorbing the deeper philosophy he embodied, that true strength lay in adaptability, patience, and an unyielding commitment to one's purpose. Among alien worlds, the legend of the Green Beret and Earth's elite defenders spread, growing into something both feared and respected. His name, once spoken in disdain as a primitive human, was now uttered with reverence. Alien commanders began using his tactics as case studies, drilling their soldiers on what to expect when facing Earth's unconventional warfare. They realized that Earth's greatest weapon wasn't technology or sheer numbers, but the spirit of its people, their resilience, their loyalty to each other, and their ability to find strength in the unseen. Many alien species, once certain of their superiority, now viewed Earth as an equal, perhaps even an adversary too unpredictable to subdue. Back on Earth, the Green Beret continued his quiet mentorship, his mission now intertwined with preparing others to carry the weight of protecting their world. He trained his recruits not only in tactics but in the mindset necessary for silent warfare. It's not about glory, he would remind them, his voice steady. It's about purpose, about knowing you're doing what needs to be done, even if no one ever knows your name. His lessons became a creed among Earth's elite, a reminder that they fought not for recognition, but for the safety of their people and the enduring strength of their world. Outside Earth's atmosphere, alien scouts would occasionally test the boundaries, attempting to gather intelligence on the mysterious planet and its formidable defenders. Yet these reconnaissance missions often returned with nothing but silence. Earth's defenses were as invisible as they were vigilant, watching and waiting, ever ready for those who dared encroach on their territory. The Green Beret had left a powerful legacy, a quiet but unbreakable defense that any intruder would meet, a shadow army that struck with precision and retreated without a trace. Years passed, and the Green Beret grew older, his once steady gaze now softened with the knowledge of a life spent in service. He knew that his time as a soldier would eventually pass, but his legacy had taken root. The defenders he had trained now stood watch, their loyalty as deep as his own, their skills sharpened under his tutelage. They embodied the same spirit that had driven him, and he knew that Earth would remain safe, its protectors prepared to rise from the shadows at a moment's notice. One final night, as he stood looking out over the city lights below, he felt a calm settle over him. He had seen much in his years, but he also knew that Earth was ready, that its defenders would endure. With quiet satisfaction, he disappeared into the silence one last time, knowing his legacy would live on. For as long as the stars remained above, as long as there were those who sought to challenge Earth, the spirit of the Green Beret would endure in those he had trained. Earth's defenders would remain unseen, ever watchful, a silent but indomitable force that no enemy could ever fully comprehend. And in the dark corners of the galaxy, in places far from Earth, the story of the Green Beret continued to grow, a lasting reminder of a world defended not by weapons, but by the unbreakable spirit of its people. As the Green Beret stepped away from his final mission, his presence quietly faded into legend, leaving behind an army of well-trained, dedicated defenders who now carried forward the torch he had once held. Earth's defenders, the shadow guardians of the planet, continued their silent vigil, upholding his principles with the same grit and unwavering resolve. For those new to the ranks, the stories of his deeds were both inspiring and humbling, a reminder that every step they took was not just about duty, but about preserving the legacy of those who had come before them. The galaxy's distant corners still hummed with tales of Earth's mysterious warrior, the man who had turned a lush, hostile jungle into his ally and single-handedly repelled an alien force. For the alien worlds that had once dared to view Earth as a conquerable prize, this tale had taken on a life of its own, growing into a cautionary myth. No longer did they see Earth as a mere planet on the fringe of their empires. Now, it was a world woven with a fierce resistance, where even a lone soldier could turn the tide of battle with sheer resolve. Over time, alien strategists shifted their focus from conquest to diplomacy. They recognized that humanity's resilience was not merely a physical strength, but a deeper, almost unbreakable will. Some worlds sent envoys seeking alliances, viewing Earth not as a rival but as a potential partner, curious to learn the source of its hidden power. For many, the allure of Earth lay not just in its resources but in the spirit of its people, this indomitable drive that even the galaxy's most advanced civilizations could not replicate. Within Earth's own clandestine defense corps, the Green Beret's teachings became foundational, a doctrine of patience, adaptability, and unity. They recognized that humanity's resilience was not merely a physical strength but a deeper, almost unbreakable will. Some worlds sent envoys seeking alliances, viewing Earth not as a rival but as a potential partner, curious to learn the source of its hidden power. For many, the allure of Earth lay not just in its resources but in the spirit of its people, this indomitable drive that even the galaxy's most advanced civilizations could not replicate. Within Earth's own clandestine defense corps, the Green Beret's teachings became foundational, a doctrine of patience, adaptability, and unity. Veterans shared his principles with each new recruit, creating a lineage of defenders bound by a code of silent vigilance. His strategies, rooted in the ability to adapt and blend with any environment, became a core part of their training. They learned not only to protect Earth but to embody the same quiet strength that had once made their mentor so legendary. From time to time, alien forces would send probes or stealth ships toward Earth's borders, testing its defenses, perhaps hoping that the tales of the Green Beret had been exaggerated. But even in the emptiness of space, Earth's unseen eyes were always watching. Any intruder that dared venture too close would find nothing but shadows and silence, leaving as mystified as they had come, unsure whether they had been detected or simply dismissed by an unseen force. The Green Beret himself, though no longer on active missions, remained a quiet observer, proud yet humbled by the strength of those who had followed in his footsteps. He knew that Earth's defenders were now greater than any single person or story. They had become a unified force, a collective legacy. And although he no longer stood on the front lines, he felt a deep satisfaction in knowing that the seeds he had planted had taken root, blossoming into something larger and more enduring than he could have imagined. They recognized that humanity's resilience was not merely a physical strength but a deeper, almost unbreakable will. Some worlds sent envoys seeking alliances, viewing Earth not as a rival but as a potential partner, curious to learn the source of its hidden power. For many, the allure of Earth lay not just in its resources but in the spirit of its people, this indomitable drive that even the galaxy's most advanced civilizations could not replicate. Within Earth's own clandestine defense corps, the Green Beret's teachings became foundational, a doctrine of patience, adaptability, and unity. One evening, as he gazed up at the stars, he understood that Earth's greatest strength was not its technology or its numbers but the resilient hearts of its defenders, each one willing to protect their world with an unbreakable dedication. He could step back now, content in the knowledge that Earth would endure, defended by those who would pass on this legacy of resilience and quiet strength to future generations. In the vastness of space, alien civilizations might still look to Earth with curiosity, respect, and even a touch of fear. They would remember the stories of the Green Beret, the silent warriors, the world that could turn any battlefield into its own. For Earth's defenders, this legacy was a shield as strong as any weapon, an invisible force that would stand guard long after the Green Beret's name had faded into myth. And so, Earth continued to spin under the watchful stars, its defenders ever vigilant, a legacy unyielding, silently prepared to meet any challenge, confident that the spirit of the Green Beret, and the countless others who shared his resolve, would live on as long as there were those willing to stand and protect. For as long as Earth had its defenders, it would remain unconquered, a world of quiet strength, bound by a legacy that no enemy could ever hope to break. As time stretched on, the legacy of the Green Beret and Earth's defenders continued to grow, woven into the fabric of Earth's hidden military ranks and whispered among alien civilizations as a tale of caution and respect. New generations trained with the same intensity, instilled with the understanding that they were part of a lineage of quiet warriors, each one committed to safeguarding their world from threats that most would never even know existed. These defenders bore no flashy insignia, held no public ceremonies. Their work remained unseen, their presence a shadow of assurance for Earth's safety. Beyond Earth, the galaxy's perception of humanity had transformed completely. What had once been curiosity and dismissive arrogance had turned to admiration and, for some, fear. Alien leaders knew that Earth's defenders were not like the military forces of other worlds. They were shadows that moved with a silent, unyielding strength, individuals who thrived in the unknown, and warriors who could leverage any disadvantage into victory. The Green Beret's legend had not only changed the way others viewed Earth, it had changed the way the galaxy viewed warfare itself. With this newfound respect, some alien civilizations opted for diplomacy over dominance. They approached Earth's representatives cautiously, seeking alliances, curious about the quiet resilience that defined humanity. Earth's diplomatic relations took on a new depth, as many alien leaders were captivated not by technology but by the stories of Earth's defenders, warriors whose strength was matched only by their loyalty and silent resolve. In the heart of Earth's defense corps, the Green Beret's teachings were carried forward by every recruit who entered the ranks. His philosophy of patience, adaptability, and unbreakable focus became a guiding principle. Each defender knew that the world's protection was a shared duty, carried out not for fame but for purpose. Every patrol, every mission, every silent victory was a testament to the legacy the Green Beret had forged, a reminder that strength lay not in numbers or weapons, but in the enduring spirit of those who protected Earth. Over the years, the Green Beret watched with a quiet pride as his successors refined the tactics and principles he had once taught them, making them their own, adapting to new technologies and threats with the same tenacity he had once demonstrated in the jungle. He knew that the future of Earth's defense was in capable hands, each one prepared to face whatever the galaxy might bring. His role, once central, had now become that of a guiding presence, a mentor whose influence would continue to shape Earth's defenders long after he was gone. One day, as he stood on the cliffs overlooking the ocean, feeling the weight of a lifetime of service, he knew that his journey was complete. His legacy was secure, not only in the training he had passed on, but in the unbreakable bond he had forged with every defender who followed his path. His life's work, he realized, was not just about the battles he had fought, but about the resilience he had instilled in others. And so, as the sun dipped below the horizon, he slipped once more into the shadows, his presence felt but unseen. The Green Beret had become more than a man, he was a legend, a guardian whose spirit would echo through the generations, a silent sentinel watching over a world that would always remember the strength of its defenders. Through wars that never reached its surface, Earth remained safe, a planet bound by unity and protected by those who had learned to wield silence as a weapon. And in the distant stars, among alien civilizations and outposts, the story of the Green Beret continued to circulate, a tale of one who had shown that Earth was not just another world to be conquered, but a fortress defended by a strength that transcended time. A strength that no force could ever break. As long as there were defenders inspired by his legacy, Earth would remain unconquered, a beacon of resilience in a galaxy vast and unknown, quietly fortified by the spirit of those who stood guard, carrying forward the undying resolve of the Green Beret.